It's your day in tech history, and it's brought to you by our friends over at Carbonite, where you can get a 15-day free trial by going over to geekazine.com/carbon-free. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here, and I welcome you to the Day in Tech History at dayintechhistory.com. It's part of the Tech Podcast Network. You can subscribe via iTunes, Zune, or Stitcher Internet Radio. Our Twitter is Day in Tech Hist, and all show notes are on the wiki page if you want to follow along. Now let's find out what happened on this day, your day in tech history. August 4th, 1755, Nicolas Jacques Conté was born. He found a way to mix graphite and clay together to make pencil lead. 1921, the first facsimile was transmitted by radio across the Atlantic Ocean using the Bellinograph invented by Edward Bellin. A message written by C.V. Van Anda, managing editor of the New York Times, and addressed to the Matin in Paris, was sent in 7 minutes. 1922, every phone was silent for 1 minute in memorial to the passing of Alexander Graham Bell, who passed away 2 days earlier. 1954, Britain's first supersonic fighter plane, the P-1 English Electric Lightning, made its maiden flight. 1987, IBM introduced the PS2 Model 25 with an 8 MHz Intel 8086 processor, combined system unit with monitor, no hard drive, and reduced size keyboard for $1,350. 1988, only a few seconds before ignition, a computer halts an engine test in preparation for the launch of the Space Shuttle Discovery. 1995, hackers cracked the New York Times internet service and crash it. 1997, Motorola and IBM announced the PowerPC 740 and 750 processors available in 233 and 266 MHz speeds, starting at $550. 1998, Google is incorporated as a privately held company. It went public on August 19, 2004. The search engine was originally called Backrub. 1999, Nuance Communications releases version 4.0 of the Dragon Naturally Speaking Speech Recognition software package for Windows in several editions: Essential, Standard, Preferred, Professional, Legal, Medical, and Mobile. And now this word from our friends over at Carbonite. Back up now, back up often, and back up off-site. I back up on-site in my house in many ways. But if fire, flood, theft, or other natural disasters happen, tornado season is coming up. My Carbonite backup will save me from losing it all. Photos, documents, my life. Best part is I can access my backup files from another computer when I log into the Carbonite service. Even those vacation photos right to my phone using the Carbonite mobile app. Save yourself from total loss. Get a 15-day free trial over at geekazine.com/carbon-free. That's geekazine.com/carbon-free. Or if you are a small business, save your business data for under $300 a year by going to geekazine.com/carbonite. That's geekazine.com/carbonite. Back up now before it's too late. Now let's get back into your day in tech history. In 2000, America Online's Netscape Communications announces plans to remove a smart download product feature that passed information about downloads to Netscape without the user's knowledge. Also in 2000, the first version of Tortoise CVS, a CVS tool for Microsoft Windows, was released under the general public license. An unidentified 16-year-old Montreal Canadian hacker named Mike Kelsey, otherwise known as Mafia Boy, pled not guilty to criminal mischief charges related to denial of service attacks against CNN and eBay and Yahoo in February. And Sun Microsystems revealed a plan to create approximately 275 new engineering jobs over the next 3 years to double its size in the Software Development Center in Dublin, Ireland. 2001, a complete rewrite of the Code Red worm, Code Red 2, begins spreading across the internet. And Wyoming Governor Jim Geringer urges the United States Congress to permit his state and others to tax e-commerce sites. 2002, eMule is the first released as a binary in version 0.05a. Hendrik Brittkreutz, otherwise known as Merker on the internet, began developing the eMule project on May 13, 2002, after becoming dissatisfied with the original eDonkey 2000 client. 2003, Germany's Berlin-Brandenburg region completes the conversion from analog to digital terrestrial television and becomes the first location in the world to switch off analog transmitters altogether. Also in 2003, Red Hat files suit against the SCO group, seeking a permanent injunction against SCO's Linux campaign, as well as a declaratory judgment confirming that Red Hat hasn't violated any of SCO's copyrights. And version 1.8 of the Ruby programming language was released. 2006, AOL released a compressed text file containing 20 million search keywords of over 650,000 users over a 3-month period for research purposes. None of the records on the file were personally identifiable. Certain keywords contained personally identifiable information. 2008, music site Social.fm, formerly Mercora, closes its doors. Google launched Street View in Australia and Japan. The Electronic Frontier Foundation opposed the prosecution of a Missouri mom who created a fake MySpace account to harass a teenage neighbor, saying that the prosecutor's misuse of a federal law that targeted computer fraud could turn millions of Americans into criminals. And Apple updates the iPhone 2.0 software to fix some bugs in the software. And in 2009, North Korean leader Kim Jong Il issued a pardon to 2 current TV journalists who were recently charged for perpetrating hostile acts against the communist state. After a visit from former President William Clinton, Ling and Euna Lee were released. They were detained on March 17th of that year. And that's your Day in Tech History. My name is Jeffrey Powers, www.dayintechhistory.com. All the show notes are over at wikizine.com, Geekazine's wiki. And of course, you can like the Facebook page and follow Twitter at Day in Tech Hist. Until tomorrow, take care. Day in Tech History is copyright 2014 JMP Enterprise and Geekazine.com.